Welcome. This is a video based upon functions topic for AI, SL, and also can be used for AASL functions 2.3 and 2.4. We shall start to solve all the questions there. So the first question, consider the function f of x equals to 3x plus 7. Find f of 0. So f of 0 will be 3 times of 0 plus 7, which is going to be 7. And f of 2. F of 2 is 3 times of 2 plus 7, which is 6 plus 7, 13. Now write down f of a in terms of a. So f of a will be 3 times of a plus 7. Find a given that f of a equals to 10. So 3a plus 7 equals to 10. So 3a equals to 10 minus 7 is 3. So a equals to 1. Then for part D, find b, f of b equals to 22. So 3b plus 7 equals to 22. So 3b equals to 15. So b equals to 5. Hence complete the following. So when it is 0, it's going to be 7, and it is 10 means a value is 1, and if it is 13, so it's 2, and if it is 5, b value is 5, it's going to be 22. That's going to be the table. Now the graph of the function f is given. Write down the domain and the range. Domain means the x values. We can see that x value is starting from 2 and ending at 6. So the domain is going to be x lies between 2 and 6. So it is a filled circle, so therefore I'm going to use equal to. Part B, range. For the range, we can see that y values are from 3 to 5. So y values lies between 3 to 5. Another method of writing the domain is a square bracket 2 comma 6, a square bracket 3 comma 5. Write down the values of f of 2 and f of 4. F of 3. So f of 2 equals to 3. Then f of 4. When it is 4, what is the y value? Y value is going to be 4. So f of 4 equals to 4. F of a equals to 5. Write down the value of a. F of a is 5. So already the answer is 5. So what's going to be its answer? The value. So a value is going to be 6. Write down the minimum and maximum value of the function. So we can see that the minimum value is minimum and maximum value of the function. The minimum value is 3 and the maximum value is 5. Minimum is 3 and maximum is 5. That's going to be the answer. Next, question number 3. The graph of the function f is shown below. Write down the domain. Domain means the x values. X values are starting from 2 to 11. So the domain is 2 comma 11, or x lies between 2 and 11. Write down the range. So we can see that the range of this one is the minimum value is 2 and the maximum value is 6. So the range is 2 to 6, or else y lies between 2 and 6. Write down the minimum value and the maximum value. Just now the minimum value is going to be 2 and the maximum value is going to be 6. Complete the table. When it is 2, what is y value? Y value is 3. When it is 4, the y value is 4. When it is 6, the y value is 5. And the reverse way, when y value is 2, what is the x value? X value is 9. And when the y value is 6, what is the x value? X value is 11. F of x equals to 4. Find the three possible values of x. So let us first erase all this. F of x equals to 4. So from 4, draw the line. See where they are intersecting the graph. They are intersecting at 3 points, 4, 7 and 10. So answer for E will be 4, 7, 10. Question number 4. On the same set of axes, sketch the graphs f of x equals to 2x. So for that, first of all, we have to make a table. Table for having the values of x. So domain of x has been given as -3 to +3. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. We are going to use this one. X values, y values, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. 2x. When I plug in 2x, so it becomes -6, -4, -2, 0, 2, 4, 6. So when as x is -3, it is going to be -6. When it is -2, it's going to be -4. -1 is going to be -2, 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 4, and 3, 6. Now join a straight line of all the points. This is going to be the straight line f of x, y equals to 2x. Next time, 2x plus 2. So draw a table. Again, x values you should take from -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So x, y, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it becomes -2x plus 2, 2x plus 2. So it becomes -6 plus 2 is -4, then -4 plus 2 is -2, then -2 plus 2 is 0, then 2, 4, 6, 8. So plot those points. When it is -3, it is -4. -2, it will be -2. -1, it is 0. When it is 0, it is 2. When it is 1, it is 4. When it is 2, it is 6. And when it is 3, it is 8. Then join the points. This is going to be the line for g of x. Then the range, when you can see the range is, for this one is minus -x to +6, and this is -4 to +8. The points a, 4 and b, 2, b lie on the graph G. What are write down the values of a and b. A, 4. A, 4. So you can see that it is a, 4, 1, 4. It is 1, 4. So a equals to 1. And 2, b. 2 and b. 2 and b. So it is 2, 6. This is another point. 2, 6. So b equals to 6. On the same graph, sketch the graphs y equals to f of x equals to x square and x square minus 2. So what am I going to do? I am going to draw again a table of values between -3, -2, -1, then 0, 1, 2 and 3. So it is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this is x and this is y. So it becomes 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9 square, x square. So when it is a -3, it is 9, -2, it is 4, -1, it is 1, 1, it is 1, 2, it is 4, and 3 is 9. Now try to draw a curve. Next one will be x square minus 2. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1 and 2 and 3. So what am I going to do? X, Y, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. X square minus 2. So what does that becomes now? 9 minus 2 is 7. 4 minus 2 is 2. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, 2 and 7. So when it is negative 3, it is 7. When negative 2, it is 2. Negative 2, it is 2. And when it is negative 1, it is negative 1. When it is 0, it is negative 2. And 1 also negative 1. 2 also 2. And 3, it is 7. Now I try to draw the graph for all this. This is going to be the shape of the graph. Now range for this one, we can see that y lies between 0 to 9, whereas for this one, y lies between negative 2 and 7. Points of intersection with y equals to x. So I have to draw y equals to x. Y equals to x, I'm drawing a straight line. This is y equals to x, and you can see they are intersecting at 1, 1 and 2, 2. 0 for the blue line and the green graph. The blue line and the green graph are intersecting at 1, 1 and 0, 0. 1, 1 and 0, 0. The blue line and the red color graph are intersecting at negative 1, 1 and 2, 2. 2, 2. Then y equals to 1. I draw the line y equals to 1. I'm drawing the line y equals to 1. We can see that the green graph and the yellow line are intersecting at minus 1, 1 and 1, 1. Negative 1, 1 and 1, 1. What about the next one? You can use the point of intersection from the GDC and get that answer for that. So GDC will give you negative root 3, 1 and negative root 3, 1. These are answers from GDC, you can get that. Sketch the graph of y equals to root x. So for that, I am drawing the table between 0 to 9. So I take x equals to 0, x equals to 1, x equals to 4 and 9. 0, 1, 4 and 9. So square root of x will become 0, 1, 2 and 3. So when it is 0, it is 0. When it is 1, it is 1. When it is 4, it is 2. When it is 9, it is 3. So the graph looks in this way. Complete the table. The range, we can see that the range is y lies between 0 to 3, and the point of intersection with y equals to 1. Y equals to 1 will be 1, 1, and this one will be 4, 2. Sketch the graph y equals to 3x minus x. 3x minus 3 root x. So from GDC, what is this? It should be in this particular way, passing through this and ending at 4, 6. This should be the point. Then the coordinates of the endpoint. So it is starting with 0, 0 and 4, 6. What are the minimum points? From the GDC, you check that one. It should be 0.25, minus 0.75, and the range minus 0.75 till 6. That is going to be the range. Range means what are the y values? The minimum point from here to here is called as the range. Question number 8. Sketch the graphs of the following functions: x cube and x power 4. Then you can write out from there domain of x cube and the range of the possible domain and range are being asked. So domain of x cube has to be x belongs to R because any number is possible, and range also is going to be y belongs to R. X power 4 domain is x belongs to R, but range is always a positive number. So 0 to positive infinity because we don't get negative answers. So we can draw a x cube curve. X cube curve should be looking it out in this way. I am drawing the x cube graph there. From the GDC. So it looks approximately in this way. And x power 4 graph, x to the power of 4. X to the power of 4 graph will be looking it out from the graphing calculator approximately in this way. So check from the graphing calculator, it should be in this way. Now, what is he asking? The domain is 1 to 2. What is going to be the range? So x cube, it should be going to be 1 to 8. And if it all is negative 1 to negative 2, the range is going to be negative 1 to negative 8. Then 1 to 2 x power 4 will be 1 to 16. And this one will be 1 to 0 to 16 because it is always positive. Negative 1 to 2 will be positive 0 to 16 because it will be never be negative. Remember that. Question number 9. Now f of 0. If at all it is between 0 to 5 x values, I have to consider x minus 2. So for this I do x minus 2, x minus 2, x minus 2, x minus 2, x minus 2. But if it is 5, I am going to do 5x minus 22. I am going to use 5x minus 22. So x minus 2, 0 minus 2 is minus 2, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, 2 minus 2 is 0, 3 minus 2 is 1, 4 minus 2 is 2. But for this one, I have to use 5x minus 2. 25 minus 22 is 3. 30 minus 22 is 8. Then I plot that one. When it is 0, it is negative 2. Then when it is 1, it is negative 1, it is negative 1. Then when it is 2, it is 0. When it is 3, it is 1. If it is 4, it is 2. 5, it is 3. And 6, it is 8. So it's going to be a straight line like this and a straight line like this. This is going to be the answer. Write the domain and the range. Domain is going to be 0 to 6 and range is negative 2 to 8. Y-intercept. Y-intercept means x is 0. Y-intercept x is 0. It is negative 2. X-intercept y is 0. So 2 comma 0. Find the largest possible domain of this one. So domain, in order to know the domain, what are we supposed to do it is, we have to check whether we are getting always a real answer and we should be never be getting infinity. So for that, to get the domain, check can we substitute positive number, can we substitute 0, can we substitute a negative number. 3 cases you have to check. So can I substitute a positive number? I cross check, I can substitute any positive number, I still get an answer. Can I substitute 0? Still I get an answer. Can I substitute any negative number? Negative 11, negative 7, still I get an answer. So I can substitute any number, so x belongs to R. Now for these kind of cases, see that denominator should not be equal to 0. So if denominator equals to 0, then it will become and infinity. So x is not equals to 1 upon 2. If x equals to 1 upon 2, it becomes infinity. So that's going to be the domain. X is not equals to 1 upon 2. Now, for this one, square root of a positive number is only possible. So 3 minus 6x should be either greater than or equals to 0, because the square root of a negative number does not exist. So I do 3 minus 6x is greater than or equals to 0. So from there, 6x is less than or equals to 3. X is less than or equals to 1 by 2. That's going to be the domain. So square root of a negative number is not possible. For domain, square root of a negative number is not possible. Now, for logs. For log, what should I be doing? We know that log of a positive number is only possible. So 3 minus 6x should be greater than 0. So 6x is less than 3. X is less than 1 by 2. This is going to be the answer. Same again, for example, f of x. We can plug in any value of x because every time we are going to get an answer. For g of x, x square minus 4 should not be equals to 0. So x square should not be equals to 4. So x should not be equals to 2. X should not be equals to negative 2. Now, square root of a positive number is only possible. X square minus 4 should be greater than equal to 4. So x should be x should be greater than the greater root. X should be lesser than the lesser root. Then x square minus 4 should be positive number, not equal to 0. X square is greater than 4, so x is greater than 2. X is less than negative 2. Question number 12. For this question number 12, we are having a combination of 3 questions. So, for the first part, x minus 4 should be greater than 0, x is greater than 4. For the second part, x should not be equals to 5. For the third part, 10 minus x should be greater than 0. So x should be less than 10. So what am I going to do? I am going to draw a number line. 0, 4, 5 and 10. So according to the first one, x should be greater than or equals to 4. So from 4, it is greater than or equals to 4. Then x should not be equals to 5. There is a break at x equals to 5. And x should be less than, only less than 10. So hollow circle and less than 10. Now, where is the common region? You can see the common region is between these two numbers. So it is from minus 4 to 5. Minus 4 is included, square bracket. There is a break at 5, 5 to 10. 10 is not included. If you don't want to write like this, you can write that x lies between 4 to 5, but 5 is not included. Then again x lies between 5 to 10. That's going to be the answer. Then question number 13. The function f is given by this one. Write down the domain. Square root of x plus 7 plus 5. So we know that square root of a negative number is not possible. It should be a positive number. So x is greater than or equals to negative 7. Sketch the graph using the GDC and obtain the range. So when I'm trying to draw the graph by the GDC, you can see that the graph will be from 5 and going it out like this. So y is greater than or equals to 5. And I'm going to draw from negative 7. Negative 7, it goes like this. When negative 7, it is going to be 5. This is the shape of the graph. So y is greater than or equals to 5. Question number 14. Find the range. So from the graph, when you draw the graph from the GDC, you can see that all the values are greater than or equals to 1. And for this one, the values of the graph is lying between 1 to 9. And draw the graphs from the GDC by using GDC, and you can see that the y values are lying between 1 to 19. And for this, y values are greater than or equals to 9. Use GDC and draw the graphs. Part of the graph is given. Then find the range of the graph when x belongs to R. When x belongs to R, the y also belongs to R. When x is positive, so it is x is positive means what are the values of y? X positive, so it starts from here. So minimum value is from nothing but what? 4. And maximum value is infinity. So minimum is 4, maximum is infinity. When x is less than or equals to 0, so for all this part, so the maximum value is 29 and minimum value, it keeps on going like this. So negative infinity till 29. 29 is included and negative infinity is not included. When x lies between 0 to 6, at 0 to 6, 0 to 6 means 0 to 6. You can see the maximum value is 36 and minimum value is 4. So between 4 to 36. Between 0 to 7, 7 is here. So in that case, the same, the maximum value is 4 and minimum value is 36. And 0 to 8, 0 to 8. So minimum value is 4, maximum value, plug in 8 over here. When you plug in 8 over here, you can see that you will be getting it at 85, 4 to 85. Question number 16. F of x equals to x plus 5. So what is f of x values for given? So it will be 5, 10, 15, 17 and 25. Then the reverse, f inverse. So f inverse. So what am I going to do? I'm just swapping it out. 0, 5 will become 5, 0. Then 10, 5, 10 will become 10, 5. And this will become 15, 12 and 25. F and f inverse means they become up. Xy will become yx. For example, in case of f of x, it is 7, I'll take the same example. If at all it is 10, 15 in f, then in f inverse it will be 15, 10. That is the meaning of inverse. They become the other way around. Xy will become yx. Write down an equation of f inverse of x. So what we have to do, you would have learnt in IGCSE, f of x equals to x plus 5. So x plus 5 equals to y, x equals to y minus 5. So f inverse of x equals to x minus 5. Given that p equal to q plus 5, write down q in terms of p. So p equals to q plus 5, so q equals to p minus 5. Given that p equals to 2q plus 5, find q in terms of p. P equals to 2q plus 5, 2q equals to p minus 5, q equals to p minus 5 by 2. Write down an equation, same, 2x plus 5 equals to y, 2x equals to y minus 5, x equals to y minus 5 by 2. So f inverse of x will be equals to x minus 5 by 2. So we can see that plus becomes minus, opposite operation. So minus becomes plus. Plus becomes minus, x minus 100. Times becomes division. Division becomes multiplication. Cube becomes cube root. So now this is plus, plus becomes minus, and this is times, times 3 will become divided by 3. Every time in an inverse, the opposite function. Plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus, multiplication becomes division, division becomes multiplication, square root becomes square, square becomes square root, cube becomes cube root, and cube root becomes cube. That is the meaning of inverse. F of 1, what is f of 1? F of 1 equals to 3. F inverse of 1, when do I get 1? 5. F inverse of 1 is equals to 5. F of x equals to 2. So when do I get 2? F of x equals to 2. So when am I getting 2? At 6. So x equals to 6. F inverse of x equals to 2. The next one is nothing but what? This is A, this is B. Now for C, F inverse of x equals to 2. When I move F inverse to the other side, it becomes F. F of 2. What is F of 2? 4. So x equals to 4. That's going to be the answer. Question number 20. F of 0. F of 0 is negative 2. F of 2 is nothing but what? 0. F of 4 is nothing but how much? 2. F inverse of 3. So reverse. When do I get 3? At 5. When do I get 8? F inverse means opposite. When do I get 8? Answer is 6. F inverse of negative 1. When do I get negative 1? At 1. And 0. F inverse of 0. When do I get 0? At 2. Write down the solution of this equation. F of x equals to 0. F of x equals to 0. So when do I get 0? At negative 2. And when do I get 0? At 2. So x equals to 2. F of x equals to 2. When do I get 2? When do I get 2? At 4. So x equals to 4. On the diagram, sketch the graph of f inverse. You have to sketch the graph for f inverse. So what I will be doing it out is I take this point. So let me erase all for drawing the f inverse. X becomes y, y becomes x. Remember, what was this point? This point is 0, comma, negative 2. 0, comma, negative 2. So it becomes negative 2, comma, 0. And this point is 5, comma, 3. So it becomes 3, comma, 5. And this point, it is 6, comma, 8. So it becomes 8, comma, 6. Plot it out. Minus 2, comma, 0. 3, comma, 5. Then 8, comma, 6. 8, comma, 6. So join them. It should be in this way. This is the inverse graph. The function f of x equals to x square. Sketch the graph. F of x equals to this much. So when I'm doing, when it is 1, it is 1. When it is 2, it is 4. I draw the table for 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. X and f of x. So it becomes 0, 1, 4, 9. 0, 1. When it is 1, it is 1. When it is 2, it is 4. When it is 3, it is 9. So the graph looks in this way. Now state the domain and range of f. Domain is x lies between 0 to 3 and range is y lies between 0 to 9. Find the f inverse of x. Just now we learned x square becomes square root of x. Draw the graphs of the same. So from here the table, the points were 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4 and 3, 9. This is for f. So f inverse will become 0, 0, 1, 1, 4, 2 and 9, 3. So 0, 0, 1, 1, 4, 2 and 9, 3. So the graph will be in this way. So the graph looks in this way. Then on schema, sketch the graph, state the domain and range. So domain and range. Domain will become range, range will become domain. F inverse. For F inverse, whatever the F and X, F will be having domain and range, they get swapped. So domain becomes range and range becomes domain 0 to 9 and Y value becomes 0 to 3. Remember, F and F inverse will have the domain and range swapped. That is the easiest method to do. Most probably the following functions are known yet. F equal to sin x, F equal to cos x, F equal to log x. Then we are going to study in due course. However, you may use GDC to see how their graph looks like. For trigonometric function y equals to sin x cos x, make sure that x is in radians in your GDC. Use GDC to answer the following questions. Marks, maximum mark, 6 marks. On the grid below, sketch the graph, clearly indicating the point P on the curve where the function has maximum or minimum value. So from 3, 1, 1, this point and this point and this point and over here this point. This is going to be the approximate graph. Write the solutions of f of x equals to 0. Use the calculator, you should be able to get these answers. The range, y values when you use the calculator, it should be giving you negative 0.472 and 3. Check that from the GDC carefully. Question number 23. On the following 2 power x and cos x. 2 power x. 2 power x almost all goes in this way and cos x should be this way. If at all you can do that, that's going to the approximate shape. The equation of 2 power x equal to has a solution between minus 2 to minus 1. What is the solution? Use the graphing calculator. You should be getting it out answer as negative 1.29. On the graph 2 power x minus x, sketch the graph. Now when you combine it out, your graph should be looking it out in this way. Write down the x-intercept of this one between minus 2 to plus 2, 1. So we can see that it is minus 1.29. Solve the inequality when it is less than 0. When 2 power x is less than 0, this is 2 power x and this is cos x. 2 power x is below the cos x graph between these 2 points. What are those 2 points? X lies between negative 1.29 and 0. 2 power x should be less than cos x. So this should be the lower curve and this should be the upper curve. In between those two limits, the 2 power x is a lower curve and cos x is the upper curve. Question number 24. Sin 2x plus 1. Use the GDC. You should be able to get the point. This is one point over there. There is a point over here. There is a point over here. And there is a point over here. Join them. And this should be the shape of the graph. Coordinates of the maximum point. Maximum point should be 0.285 and so on. So which is 0.3 because one decimal place. Minimum point is 1.856 and so on, which is 1.9. Question number 25. Write on the x coordinates of the maximum point and the minimum point. Maximum points and the minimum points are occurring from the GDC 0.6075, 1.571, 2.534, 4.712. Write down the range. You see the range. Range should be between 0 to 1. Write down the range and give your answers in 4 significant figures. Next, 26, 27, last two questions. The diagram shows below the graph y equal to x sin x upon 3. X is in radians, m and n are integers. Find the values of m and n. Use a graphing calculator. So y equals to 0 means x equals to 9.43. So but it should be lying between the integers 0 to 10. So what is that? M value equals to 10. Then because 0 to 10, so m value is going to be 10. But the range is between 0 to n. 0 to n, this maximum value. What is the maximum value when from the calculator? 5.46. 5.46 is lying between 0 to 6. So n is going to be 6. The function f of x equals to 3 sine 2x is shown on the same graph. Sketch this graph. So when you try to sketch the graph of this one, so they intersect over here. These are the points from the GDC between 2 to 3, one maximum point, and they intersect here and so on. So it should be in this way. Now one of the solution is 1.89. So what is the other solution? Write down the other solution. So other solution is going to be 3.19. H of x equal to g of x minus f of x. Then write down the values of p and q. So same, this is p and this is q. So p is going to be 1.89 and q is going to be 3.19. That's going to be the answer. That's the end of this video. See you in the next video. Bye.